Have you ever just felt off? You know, a weird unease about the tech that's basically everywhere in our lives. It's this feeling that's kind of hard to put your finger on. Well, today we're going to try and diagnose that feeling, using a really powerful piece of writing as our guide to figure out why our digital lives sometimes feel less like something we own and more like something we just rent. Right out of the gate, the text we're diving into hits us with this idea that in our endless chase for digital shelter, security, efficiency, connection, we've accidentally started to leave actual living behind. It's a pretty heavy way to frame that unease we all kind of feel, isn't it?
So, what is this feeling? Is it just burnout, or anxiety, or something else entirely? Let's try to break it down and look at the symptoms one by one, just like the text does.
So, the first symptom, we can call it the productivity paradox. Think about it. We are swimming in apps, software, and gadgets that all scream about how they'll make us more efficient. But are they? Are they really delivering on that promise? See, the text here frames productivity not as some noble goal, but as a trick. The suggestion is that the very idea of being productive all the time has been sold to us. It's become the ultimate measuring stick for a good and successful life. And this just nails what that productive life actually looks like, doesn't it? Our jobs, our hobbies, even just relaxing, gets broken down into this endless, repetitive loop of little digital tasks. Yeah, we're busy, for sure. But are we actually engaged? Are we really creating anything, or are we just processing? Okay, so this leads to a pretty cynical idea from the text, what it calls the value cycle. Here's how it works. Step 1, you degrade the value of something that already exists. Maybe you make a simple task way more complicated than it needs to be. And then step 2, you swoop in with your shiny new tool that creates value by solving the very problem you helped make in the first place. It all just boils down to this one question. Are these tech companies really solving our problems, or are they making us buy new problems just so they can turn around and sell us the solution? It's this hamster wheel that keeps us constantly chasing the next big fix. And that whole cycle, it leads us straight into our next symptom, the innovation illusion. We're always being told we're living in this amazing, futuristic world, right? But as the text points out, the day-to-day reality, well, it often feels a little different. I mean, this line just cuts right to the heart of it, doesn't it? That feeling you get when the brand new phone or the revolutionary software is really just a slightly polished up version of the last one, but with a much bigger price tag. So how does this whole illusion even work? Well, it's marketing. We have this almost blind faith in the idea of progress, this belief that tech is always automatically getting better. The text is basically saying that this faith we have is being taken advantage of, making us believe we're seeing these huge leaps forward, when really, it's just tiny little steps. And come on, the signs are everywhere. It's the buggy software where your windows and tabs are constantly freezing up. It's the massive environmental cost of all this so-called progress, pushing our hardware to its absolute limits. And it's that collective, almost desperate hope we have that the next big thing, like LLMs, will finally be that magic wand that solves everything. Now, this brings us to what might be the most unsettling symptom of them all, this great inversion, this flip-flop, where our technology is trying so hard to become more human, while our own behavior seems to be getting more and more robotic. I mean, just look at this contrast. On one side, we are pouring everything into engineering machines that can hold conversations, create art, even sound like they have feelings. And then on the other side, what are we doing? We're the ones stuck in these simple, repetitive loops. The endless scroll, the mindless click, just passively consuming whatever the algorithm decides to feed us next. So where does this big role reversal lead? Well, the text just drops this bomb of a question on us. Are we just paving the way for our own replacement? Just waiting around for an artificial general intelligence to take over? It's a pretty provocative and, honestly, a kind of chilling thought. Okay, so after looking at all these symptoms, the productivity trap, the innovation illusion, our own robotic behavior, we finally get to the core diagnosis. The text argues that the real fundamental sickness in this whole system boils down to one single broken idea: ownership. This is the mic drop moment of the whole piece. It's a statement that just challenges the entire foundation of our digital world. Think about it. If you pay for something, a movie, a song, a piece of software, but you don't actually own it, can taking it without paying really be called stealing anymore? What the text is really attacking here is this whole model of digital licensing. We've gone from buying a physical CD or a book that was ours forever to a world where we're basically just renting access. Our ownership has been swapped out for permission. Permission that can be taken away at any moment. So the text just flips the script. It reframes this entire system, basically arguing that making us pay endless fees for something we can never truly own is just a new, legitimized kind of theft. That is a radical way to look at it. And to wrap up its diagnosis, the piece looks back with this real sense of lost. It references Frutiger Arrow. You might not know the name, but you know the look. It was that glossy, super optimistic design style from the mid-2000s, with all the bubbles and glassy effects and green fields. That early hopefulness, the text says, has been fooled. It's faded away, and it's been replaced by the sickness we're all feeling today. And so we end up right where the source material leaves us, with a question. After all the productivity hacks, after all the so-called innovation, and after completely redefining what it means to own something, where are we? It's a question with no easy answer, but man, it's one we all really need to start asking ourselves.